All right, Mark Morgan ran the border under former President Trump. Derek Maltz is the former director of special operations at DEA. Gentlemen, good to see you both. Mark, hearing what we just heard from Josephine, I mean, this cartel, these cartels now operate in all 50 states. Same report from the DEA revealing that they've wiped out the competition to control the drug trade in this country. All of this was invited as just, I guess, collateral damage for the open border immigration plan, the political scheme that Joe Biden had 3.5 years ago.
Rob, that's exactly right. Now, look, I really appreciate you calling them the Mexican cartels, not just drug cartels, because they're involved in much more criminal activity than just drugs. And right now, through the expansion of human smuggling and human trafficking, they went from about a $500 million annual business to $13 billion annually under this administration. And they're involved in much more than drugs, extortion, kidnapping, the list goes on. And they're not just operating in all 50 states in this country, they're actually expanding operations globally. But if I can real quick to comment on something Jason said. Look, Jason and I are usually on the same sheet of music on most stuff when it comes to the border. Look, I think there's some downside with the United States labeling these organizations as terrorist organizations. But what I will say where we do agree is we should go after them with the same whole of government approach, commitment, tenacity as we do terrorist organizations. Traditionally, Rob, we've been going after these cartels with the traditional criminal prosecutorial approach, and it's failed for decades. I subscribe to the AG Bars method. We need to use the United States military. I'm not talking about tanks rolling in there, but surgical precision kinetic operations to go out and defeat the cartels. Because the truth is, the Mexican government, they no longer have the capacity or political will to do what they need to.
Derek, it's in my opinion, it's traitorous to do what they've done to the border and to enrich these cartels the way that they have. How irresponsible? How can anybody run a country this way? And in every manner, weaken us, embolden the worst people around us in every manner.
Right. So it's a total deception campaign. And guys like Mark, who helped implement these unbelievable policies that worked, kept all Americans safe, they just completely overturned them, eliminated them. How does that make any rational sense to anybody in America? Isn't their job to keep Americans safe? But, I want to go a step further. What I talk about is not a red or blue issue, but a red, white, and blue issue. And it makes me sick that yesterday I had to watch Robert De Niro in a political stunt in New York City at the trial when his own grandson died from this poisonous fentanyl. I haven't heard him talk about it. How is that possible? We need celebrities now more than ever to speak out on this fentanyl poisoning crisis, because it's impacting every American in some way. You look behind me, you see all those poor kids who have died, and families like Josephine's, who was on earlier. This is a disgrace, it's a catastrophe, and the government has so much blood on their hand. It must be a top priority, and we really barely hear from them, except now during the election campaign.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, you made a great point I didn't think about. If you want to know how stupid Robert De Niro is, for him to go out there and make a pitch. I mean, he could have made a pitch for RFK if he hates Trump so much. To go out there and push Joe Biden, that's implemented this on the entire country. 300,000 killed, as Josephine said. That's such a great point. Derek Maltz, Mark Morgan. Gentlemen, thank you so much. All this week, we're going to be looking at the explosive allegations made